How do you say hotel? Hotel? How do you say room? Habitación. How do you say reservation? Reserva. How do you say check-in? Registro. How do you say check-out? Salida. How do you say reception? Recepción. How do you say key? Llave. How do you say elevator? Ascensor. How do you say luggage? Equipaje. How do you say concierge? Conserje.
Hi, I'm Adam Radley and I'm the founder of GigaLearner and the D.I.S.C Method.
D.I.S.C, dialogue, immersion, story, context, common words.
It's free. You don't have to learn to use anything. Just pick a language and start by saying hi.
GigaLearner.com. Learn a language in 100 days with the D.I.S.C Method and AI.
How do you say guest, huésped? How do you say bed? Cama. How do you say single room? Habitación individual. How do you say double room? Habitación doble. How do you say suite? Suite. How do you say breakfast? Desayuno. How do you say dinner? Cena. How do you say buffet? Buffet. How do you say bar? Bar. How do you say swimming pool? Piscina. How do you say gym? Gimnasio. How do you say spa? Spa. How do you say Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi. How do you say air conditioning? Aire acondicionado. How do you say heating? Calefacción. How do you say television? Televisión. How do you say remote control? Control remoto. How do you say towels? Toallas. How do you say please? Por favor. How do you say thank you? Gracias. How do you say you're welcome? De nada. How do you say I need? Necesito. How do you say is there? Hi. How do you say what time? ¿A qué hora? How do you say how much? ¿Cuánto cuesta? How do you say where? ¿Dónde? How do you say can I? ¿Puedo? How do you say do you have? ¿Tiene? How do you say help? Ayuda. How do you say fire exit? Salida de emergencia. How do you say entrance? Entrada. How do you say exit? Salida. How do you say housekeeping? Servicio de limpieza. How do you say laundry service? Servicio de lavandería. How do you say room service? Servicio a la habitación. How do you say safe? Caja fuerte. How do you say toilet? Baño. How do you say shower? Ducha. How do you say sink? Lavabo. How do you say soap? Jabón. How do you say shampoo? Shampoo. How do you say conditioner? Acondicionador. How do you say lotion? Loción. How do you say mirror? Espejo. How do you say hairdryer? Secador de pelo. How do you say closet? Armario. How do you say drawer? Cajón. How do you say lamp? Lámpara. How do you say blanket? Manta. How do you say pillow? Almohada. How do you say curtain? Cortina. How do you say balcony? Balcon. How do you say view? Vista. How do you say garden? Jardín. How do you say terrace? Terraza. How do you say parking? Estacionamiento. How do you say towels available? Toallas disponibles. How do you say I've lost? He perdido. How do you say I'm looking for? Estoy buscando. How do you say could you help me? ¿Podría ayudarme? How do you say how can I get to? ¿Cómo llego a? How do you say open? Abierto. How do you say closed? Cerrado. How do you say smoking area? Zona para fumar. How do you say non-smoking area? Zona de no fumar. How do you say business center? Centro de negocios. How do you say meeting room? Sala de reuniones. How do you say high season? Temporada alta. How do you say low season? Temporada baja. How do you say credit card? Tarjeta de crédito. How do you say cash? Efectivo. How do you say bill? Factura. How do you say receipt? Recibo. How do you say tip? Propina. How do you say I would like to reserve? Me gustaría reservar. How do you say I'm checking in? Estoy haciendo el registro. How do you say I'm checking out? Estoy haciendo la salida. How do you say do you have availability? Tiene disponibilidad. How do you say can you recommend? Puede recomendar. How do you say elevator out of order? Ascensor fuera de servicio. How do you say no vacancy? No hay vacantes. How do you say pet friendly? Se admiten mascotas. How do you say inclusive? Todo incluido. How do you say only adults? Solo adultos. How do you say family friendly? Para familias. How do you say ocean view? Vista al mar. How do you say mountain view? Vista a la montaña. How do you say room upgrade? Mejora de habitación. How do you say complimentary? De cortesía. How do you say do not disturb? No molestar.
GigaLearner.com. Learn a language in 100 days with the D.I.S.C. Method and AI.